Yeah, hi everyone. So
Great
great
evening
evening
to
to
everyone.
everyone.
So
So
myself
myself
Mohammed
Mohammed
Shahid.
Shahid.
So
So
welcome
welcome
to
to
the
DevHost
Host
2023. So
organized
organized
by
by
Sayadri
Sayadri
Open
Open
Source
Source
Community.
Community.
So
So
let's
let's
thanks
thank
everyone,
everyone,
each
each
and
and
everyone
everyone,
committee
committee
members,
members,
so
so
for
for
giving
giving
me
me
a
a
such
such
opportunity.
opportunity.
And
And
let's
let's
start the
start the
session.
session.
So
So
it's
it's
already
already
delayed.
delayed.
So
So
let's
let's
start
start
the
the
session.
session.
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
share the
share the
screen.
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hi
hi
again.
again.
So
So
hope
hope
everyone are
everyone are
able to
able to
see
see
the
the
screen
screen
now.
now.
So
So
today's
today's
topic
topic is
basically
basically
we're
we're
going to
going to
cover
cover
on
on
unlocking
unlocking
business
business
potential
potential
with
with
Salesforce
Salesforce
Cloud.
Cloud.
So
So
let's
let's
start
start
the
the
overall
overall
section.
section.
So
So
myself,
myself,
as I
as I
said,
said, so
myself
myself
Mohammed
Mohammed
Shahid.
Shahid.
So
So
let's
let's
start the
start the
section.
section.
So
So
just
just
to
to
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
So
So
what we're
what
going
we're
to
going to
cover
cover
today.
today.
So
So
Salesforce is
Salesforce is
basically a
basically a
huge
huge
concept.
concept.
So
So
we're
we're
going to
going to
cover
cover
just
just
a
a
10%
10%
of
of
it.
it.
So
So
we're
we're
going to
going to
start
start
with
with
a
a
basic
basic
understanding
understanding
of
of
cloud
cloud
computing,
computing,
CRM,
CRM,
Salesforce,
Salesforce,
and
and
we're
we're
going to
going to
have
have
like
like
how
how
we're
we're
going
going
to
to
start
start
the
the
Salesforce
Salesforce
training,
training,
and we're
and we're
going to
going to
have a
have a
very
very
simple
simple
CRM
CRM
app
app
so
so
that
that
we'll
we'll
understand
understand
overall
overall
concept,
concept,
how the
how the
things
things
work,
work,
and the
and the
related
related
things
things
related to
related
the
to the
Salesforce.
Salesforce.
At
At
last,
last,
we're
we're
going
going
to
to
describe
describe
how
how
you
you
can
can
start
start
learning
learning
Salesforce
Salesforce
and
and
how you
how you
can
can
be
be
achieve
achieve
the
the
success
success
in
in
a
a
career
career
in
in
Salesforce
Salesforce
technology.
technology.
So,
So,
cloud
cloud
computing.
computing.
So,
So
right
right
now,
now,
most
most
probably
probably
everyone
everyone
are
are
already
already
heard
heard
about
about
this
this
particular
particular
topic,
topic,
cloud
cloud
computing.
computing.
So,
So
moving to
moving
the
to the
cloud,
cloud,
running the
running the
cloud,
cloud,
storing the
storing the
cloud.
cloud.
So,
So
access
access
from the
from the
cloud.
cloud.
So,
So
these
these
days
days
it
it
seems
seems
like
like
everything is
everything is
happening in
happening
the
in the
cloud.
cloud.
So,
So
wherever you
wherever you
go,
go,
we
we
need
need
an
an
internet.
internet.
So,
So
that is
that is
being
being
a
a
very
very
short
short
answer if
answer
I
if I
say,
say,
right?
right?
So, it's
So it's
like
like
something
something
that
that
is
is
from the
for the
other
other
end
end
of
of
your
your
internet
internet
connection,
connection,
the
the
place you
place you
can
can
access
access
apps,
apps,
services,
services,
and
and
where
where
your
your
data
data
can be
can be
stored
stored
securely.
securely.
So,
So
that is
that's
very
very
important.
important.
So,
So
this
this
is
is
about the
about the
cloud
cloud
computing.
computing.
So,
So
why,
why,
as a
as a
Salesforce
Salesforce
guy,
guy,
we'll
will
understand
understand
about
about
this.
this.
So,
So
we are
we are
thinking
thinking
about the
about the
understand
understand
about the
about the
cloud
cloud
computing
computing
purpose.
purpose.
We
We
relate
relate
this
this
particular
particular
topic
topic
with
with
Salesforce,
Salesforce,
how
how
it has
that's
been
been
started,
started,
how
how
the
the
things
things
has
has
been
been
related to
related to
that
that
specific
specific
platform.
platform.
So,
So
what
what
exactly it
exactly it
offers?
offers?
So,
So
as a, right
right
now as
now
a
as a
user,
user,
so as
so
a
as a
user,
user,
what we
what we
see.
see.
So, I
So
was
I was
discussing
discussing
other
other
basically
basically
other
other
cloud
cloud
computing.
computing.
So,
So
we'll
we'll
start with
start
the
with the
basic
basic
thing,
thing,
the
the
cloud
cloud
computing. So,
computing.
as
So
I
as I
said,
said,
moving to
moving
the
to the
cloud,
cloud,
running the
running the
cloud,
cloud,
storing the
storing the
cloud.
cloud.
So,
So
access
access
from the
from the
cloud.
cloud.
So,
So
whatever
whatever
these
these
days,
days,
it
it
seems
seems
like
like
everything
everything
what is
what is
happening,
happening,
everything is
everything
in
is
the
in the
cloud.
cloud.
So,
So
every
every
user. So,
user. So
right
right
now,
now,
it's like
like
a
a
short
short
answer if
answer
I
if I
say,
say,
is
is
that
that
somewhere
somewhere
at the
at the
other
other
end,
end,
your
your
internet
internet
connection,
connection,
the
at a
place where
place
you
where
can
you can
access
access
app,
app
service,
service,
where your
where your
data
data
can be
can be
stored
stored
securely.
securely.
So,
So
that's
that's
very
very
important
important
in the
in the
overall
overall
concept.
concept.
So,
So
next
next
I
I
asked,
asked,
basically, I
basically I
was
was
discussing
discussing
on
on
the
the
cloud
cloud
computing
computing
offers.
offers.
So,
So
it
this
offers
offers
like
like
demanding
demanding
access
access
to
to
the
the
computing
computing
resources
resources
like
like
server,
server,
storage,
storage,
software
software
over
over
internet,
internet,
and it
and it
provides
provides
scalability,
scalability,
cost
cost
efficiency,
efficiency,
flexibility,
flexibility,
and
and
remote
remote
accessibility
accessibility
for
for
the
the
business
business
and
and
individuals.
individuals.
So this
So
is
this
the
is the
concept of
concept of
cloud
cloud
computing.
computing.
So
So
we'll
we'll
understand
understand
more on
more on
that.
that.
So
So
let's
let's
understand
understand
about
about
CRM.
CRM.
So
So
CRM
CRM
stands
stands
for
for
Customer
Customer
Relationship
Relationship
Management.
Management.
It's
So
a
it's a
software that
software that
stores
stores
customer
customer
contact
contact
information
information
like
like
name,
name,
address,
address,
phone
phone
numbers,
numbers,
as
as
well
well
as
as
keeps
keeps
your
your
tracking.
tracking.
So
So
basically
basically
like
like
customer
customer
activity
activities
like
like
visiting
visiting
your
your
website,
website,
phone
phone
calls
calls
or
or
emails,
emails,
etc.
etc.
So
So
right now
right
if
now
I
if I
say
say
that,
that,
so
so
I
I
go to
go to
your
your
e-commerce
e-commerce
website
website
known as
known as
Amazon.
Amazon.
So I
So I
just
just
search
search
for
for
I
I
want to
want
buy
to
a
buy a
watch.
watch.
So
So
just
just
search
search
it.
it. for just research it and just identify it. Later I move to a social media app, which may be any app application that is in social media or even a visitor who go to a browser. So you get an ad. So it is like what customer likes, what customer search, what customer visits the website. So everything is being tracked. So this is basically the second part, but no business from yes. Because as a business person, they need a person who is researching on that particular part so they can give a better way of product or whatever the user wants. So CRM is one part of it. So to understand on that part, let's see a very short video just to understand overall what exactly the CRM stands for. So that's about the CRM. So it's like bringing people together. So at last, the customer should be happy with whatever they're looking for.
So
What's the concept? So among that, so Salesforce is one of the top CRM. So it's one of the number one CRM in the world. So it's from continuous from past 4 to 5 years. So it is been number one platform. So the CRM, Salesforce.
So
We have a lot of the CRM. So we can say Zoho or basically the WordPress CRM. So everything is related, but Salesforce is basically one of dynamic and very useful customized CRM in the real time.
So
What exactly Salesforce does? So it helps marketing, sales, commerce, service, IT teams work as one from everywhere. So you can keep your customer happy everywhere. So it's like I want to connect to marketing, I want to connect to sales team or commerce or any other applications. So what Salesforce does is that it has a centralized one. So it will be like the central part of the overall thing, and it will be useful to connect each thing in the simplest way.
So let's understand how the
Salesforce has been started. So we'll jump to a cloud of basically a history of Salesforce. It was born in 1999, so basically 99. Why basically the four Salesforce founders? So we'll understand the short video.
This is very interesting
because we'll understand how the thing started within the Salesforce and how right now how it has been built. So you can use the sayadri.com or sosc.com or basically .in. So that should be like a email ID, basically the .com or any like how the email is being generated, but with a unique. So right now if I use this, so SOSC 2023, but other person can't use it anywhere in the world, direct at sayadri.com. So we use that particular username. So anywhere in the world we can't use because this is a unique. So this basically it will pop up and basically you get an email. So once you sign up, right, so it will get an email, it will ask for the verification. So while you're clicking on the verified, so you need to set the password. So once you set the password, it will ask some questions just for the security part, and just click on sign up. So it will take some while. So it's like maximum 10 minutes of time to set up everything. So once it's been set up, so we are going to start. We're going to start with the Salesforce thing. So I'll just share how the org looks like. Just refresh, so it is not. Yeah. So once you sign up, you can see this particular application. So I'll just go to the setup. So this is basically the overall Salesforce org. We say as an org. So first of all, let's go with some basic navigation part. So I can't go with a huge navigation part, just a basic navigation part. So whenever you sign up and sign in, right, so you can see this particular page. So basically the setup. So you can see in the left hand side, so you can see the profile. So you can view the profile if you want to change this. So I used Sayadri as my basically the company name. So because of that, the particular domain has built within the Salesforce and it has been created. So I can show the user. So basically, right. So this is my name. So by my name I have created it. So it will redirect to the profile. So you can go basically once you go to the profile, you can see the details what is been filled. So if you want to add any additional details, you can fill it. You can edit and we can fill it directly, or you can go to the user details. So once I click on the user details, so whenever a user once it's been signed up, right, you will be an admin. So whoever is being created, so you'll get a profile access for the admin. So you will have the overall access, and the user license will be Salesforce. So we have Salesforce license for the developer edition only 2. we can use only two Salesforce license. So we have platform license nearly 3 to 4. But if it is basically we can deactivate any users if we want to use multiple users. So you can see I use the username SOSE 2023@edit.com. So you can put any name. So once you have this, so basically you can't change the username, but any other, like if you want to change the email ID, you can change it later in the future. So basically if you're changing the email ID is fine. So you'll get an email ID and you need to reset the password for it. So once you sign up. So this is how basically the user has been created. That's the first step. Next, there is a navigation part. You can see in the right hand side, profile. So we have the lightning. So right now it's like before it was like a classic version. So basically it was the older version. Right now every company is looking for the lightning version. That's the latest one. So we are right now in the lightning version. So we can see the left hand side notification, the important part. So we can see a setting icon. So once you sit up, this is a setup icon. So this is very important for any developers or admin. So basic navigation. So we want to go to anywhere. So whenever you are there anywhere in the office, if you want to go to setup, you can see the left hand side the setting icon. Just click on setup, which will redirect to this particular page. So we have like question mark. So basically, if you want to get any help or any guidance, so you can see guidance center, the lot of learnings and everything. So I'll say the learning skills. So basically the trial that how you need to sign up and you can start it. So this was basically top one navigation. So if you see in the left hand side, so basically app launcher. So just click on that. So whenever you view interact, so you can see the app launcher. So it's like a fresh shop. I didn't do anything. So this all is basically a fresh shop. I didn't do anything. So I just signed up and just signed it. So once I sign in, so as a developer edition, you will get all the app. Basically it's like all the applications. So this is basically pre-built applications. So basically like sales, marketing, community, basically charter, or basically sales team. So whatever you see, right? So this is already inbuilt. So it's like predefined applications. So we want to use the sales, cloud computing. So everything. So it's not that only application has been built. Whole data model has been built. So right now, if I say go to a sales application, the whole data. So basically the data model, like how. So as a sales team, what they do? So they first of all they get a lead. So once they generate a lead, right? So we need to convert. So it is a success. Then they will convert to an account. So from the account, basically they'll create a contact. For the contact, they'll see what are the opportunities that has been generated from the leads. So these are very simple steps whenever the sales team generates it. So this everything, the data model, the relationship, all the joins has been predefined and well structured way they have created this. So this is basically a predefined application. So this is just I don't want to go very high because it has a huge concept of it, because we are going to build a simple application. So as I said, so we want to go, so whenever you want to go to setup, you can just redirect to the setup. So anybody is basically if you want to go to app launcher, so just click on the app side, just go to the app launcher and just click view all. If you want to go to setup, you have in the right hand side you can see the setup icon, you can click on setup. So you can see like quick find. So here all the things, like all the settings, everything, whatever is being built. So you are like creating a simple code, so we can build it and we can call it. So right now if I say like I want to use a backend, so I'll go with a very basic scenarios. So basically it's like Salesforce starts with a Salesforce admin. So as an admin, he should know about the user creation, how to create a data model, how to create an object managers and so on. Basically like security, we have like creating a profile, permission set, and like a flows, like automation part. So that is a basically as an admin. But as a developer, right, we have the scenario. So you should know admin. Plus, you should start learning on the Apex. So Apex is basically it's like how the OOPS concept. So how the Java coding is there, right? Similarly, we have a backend code known as Apex. So in the front end, we have like three options. One is PF page that is very old. We have Aura components and LWC components. So right now, like LWC component is a major part because we are working with the Lightning component. So LWC is basically a combination of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and it has an overall structured way to interact with Apex. So basically it's like how we interact. So if you have learned on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right, it is very easy to learn on LWC part. So if you have learned about Java, right, so it is very easy to learn on Apex part. So that's basically as a developer. So these are the two things. So as a beginners, they look for. So one is the admin, one is the developer. So if you don't want both, then you can go with the business analyst. So that is one part. So in the Salesforce, it has an option. So you can be a business analyst. I'll show you how to become a business analyst, how you can start with admin, how you can start with a developer, how you can start with as a marketing or a sales team in the Salesforce. So this was a basic navigation. So three things if you remember is more than enough right now. So how to move to profile, how to go to setup, how to go to the app launcher. So what we'll do, we'll have a very basic application. We'll build a very basic application known as college management system application. So because I went with very simple just to understand how the things work. So usually, so if you want to build a college management system in any other tool, what we do? So first of all, you want to create a data model. So basically, I need a user. I need to create a table. So I can use MySQL or basically Oracle. So I need to install it, and basically I need to create a data like insert or create table, then have the values for it. In Salesforce, I don't need anything because everything is basically in the cloud. So what I need to do it? So we are going to build a very simple application just to understand how we can start a customized way. So in Salesforce is very good opportunity to learn on that part. So I created a very basic Excel sheet to have the overall structure on the CMS, so basically college management system application. So basically one is college table, next comes as a course table and a student table. So at last I create a student course details, that is basically a combination of students and the details part. So right now I want to create this. So one thing is that I can just upload and I can run it. So that even once you get an Excel sheet, I can just upload it. The overall mapping will happen and it will create it. So one more way is we can go to the setup. I'm going to the org. So I'm already in the setup. So you can see that tab one is home tab, is object manager. So once I click on object manager, right? So we have like a standard objects. So standard object is basically it's like a table. So basically there's a table created with the fields within that. So how we create a table, right? So we have learned on the SQL, MySQL part, right? Similarly, it's like already it is been defined. So this is basically a standard object is basically a Salesforce predefined object. So we can't change the API names, or we can add the fields within that, but we can't change all the API names within this. So what I'll not use a standard object, we are going to create a custom object. So we have like the standard object, custom object and external object, that is basically for the integration part we use it. So we'll concentrate on the custom object. So how to create a custom object? So as I said, we are going to have college management system. So we are going to create a college table. So we are going to create it. So I didn't install anything. So I'll just move to the setup page and just move to the object manager. So you can see the right hand side. So you can see a create button. Just click on that and just we are going to create it. So as I said, we can from the basic script sheet I can upload it. That is one option. But we are going to create it manually so that we'll understand the each concept. So we'll go step by step. So I'll go very easy with the first object. Later I'll create all the three objects and I'll show you how things works in the Salesforce part. So I just clicked on the new object. So the label. So I'll give the object name as college. So plural label as colleges, so just call it there. So we have the object name. So this is basically the API name. So this is basically is one is being created, right? It will be used many places. So if you want to customize anything, right? And I want to create a customized college page. So basically as a website, whole website I want to create. I want to call this object. So then basically we need to use the object API name. So that is basically a unique name for each object. So we want to describe the description. So we can put as college details for the CMS application. So you can describe. So this is not mandatory field. So if you want to have a description, you can add it. Next comes, so basically it's like optional. So I'll not choose anything, but it's important. I'm going to discuss. Next comes enter record name. So this is basically a name. So whenever it is being created, right? So right now I'll just want to insert a Sayadri college. So I want to insert a value for it. So whenever I insert it, right? So some automation will be done. So basically the college name should be automated. Like the name of the college should be unique and it should not be changed. So that way we can do, or I need a count. So basically what I do, I create a college. Instead of having a college name, I make a unique known as college ID. So can add multiple based on the IDs. So whenever I want to use a college ID, I use the auto number. So you can use, so basically like you can choose any format. So I'll choose this particular format known as college, like 6 letters. So using a flower bracket. So this is maximum. So if you want to increase, we can increase it. So right now I think that my data in this particular org I use so many records. So I use only 5 numbers. So the number starts from 1. Nest is optional, so but I'll choose reports, activities, track spread, and the charter flow, so that within this particular application, all the support will be required. Nest comes like sharing rules, so this comes usually a little bit high level on the enterprise part, so but we don't need to concentrate on right now. So development status, so whenever it has been installed, it will be deployed. So deployed is something that once I create this, it will deploy to this specific org. So I need a allow search and I will create a tab. So I'll add a note and I want to create a tab. So once this is particular is being created, right, I can edit label run name but not the object name. Better not to change object name. Details we can edit it, even this particular part we can edit it, but we can't have any changes selected later. But we have other options to do it. So this is two options are basically right how the page layout. So we need to have the page layout related list like notes and attachment. So one more is creating custom tab. So once I click on save, right, so it will create an object, it will redirect to creation of custom tab. So if I uncheck this, it will not create it. So if you want to create it, we have different options for it. So I'll just click on save. So it will redirect to the tab. So as I said, so it will redirect to a tab. So I can choose a style. So style is nothing but the tab icons. So if you want to create your own tab icons, you can customize it and you can upload it using basically you can use a Photoshop and you can create your customized tab. But if you want to use the existing tab from the Salesforce, you can use it. So what I'll do, I'll just use as a building tab. I'll put as college tab for the CMS application. And just click on Nest. So next it will ask for the profiles. So as I said, right, so once a user is being created, right, so as an admin I will get an access. So right now I'll give the access. So we have a lot of profiles, the predefined profiles. So if you want your custom profiles, you can create custom profiles. So by default on for all the profiles is fine right now, but if you want to restrict it, we can restrict it. So right now let it be on. And just click on Nest. Next comes the custom app. So we're going to create a custom app right now, so we didn't create it. So I don't want to choose anything, so I'll just uncheck this. So I don't want to choose for any of the other applications, it need to be used only for the college management system application. So once that is done, just click on save. So once you save, so our table is ready. So basically the college table is being ready. So I need the fields for that. So the table is, so I didn't use, so basically I didn't use any code. So it's just how we create a form. Everything is very simple, not complex also. So it's like readable. So labels, everyone understand what it does. So maximum things are understandable to any of the users. So the table is ready. I need to create a fields. So as a part I have created, I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 fields for this particular scenario. So whenever you want to create a field, what is important? Data type. So if I say I want to create a field like a name, so that will be a test. So basically we use the data type as a test and we need to use a length and everything when we write a specific insert logic. But when you will create a table for the specific field. But in Salesforce, right, we have options. So in the fields, so basically you can see the fields and relationship tab here. Just click on it. So just click on new tab. So in the Salesforce, the predefined fields will be created by last modified date and owner. So college ID basically is the same ID which we have created. So that has been converted to as a field for us. So right now just click on new. So you can see the new button here. So just click on new. And I'm going to create a field. So as I said, we need to understand about it, data types. So as a Salesforce, right, they know exactly what all data type is being required for creation of any fields. So that is already predefined and they have been created for us. So right now I said I'm using a college name, so that has a test name. So basically I can use it as a test. So it's a combination of letters and numbers. If you want to use a test area, it is basically for like 255 characters. Test area long is basically 131 characters. Test area rich is basically like how if you want to add the images, anything, right? We can use this specific data type. So right now it's just a simple test. So I'm using a simple test. Just click on Nest. And I'll give the label name as college name. So length, so we can use 80. So that's the maximum length for us. If you want to extend it, we can extend it to 255. But usually it's like we restrict the users so that for the creation of the reports it will be issued. So but if you want to use that, we can use it. It's not an issue. But as a report generation, if you restrict the length, is a good and better way to understand the overall scenarios. So if you want to have a description, you can have the description here. So description is for the developer user. So basically as a customer or admin, what exactly this particular field does. But basically some names we'll understand. But sometimes we write a specific name with the label name is a coding pattern. Like P123 or P001 or something that's related to that. But we don't know what exactly it does. So we need a description part. So help test is something that users should know. So basically it's like enter. So we can put as enter the college name. So that user will understand, okay, what this particular field we need to enter it. So by sometimes we'll understand by field name, but as a user they need some more details. So what exactly this field does, so we can have this particular option. So what I'll make it as required field. So whenever the user enters, this particular field should be required. And unique, if you want to make it unique, you can make it unique. But already I used college ID as my unique key. So I'll not make this particular name as a unique, so that we can use this particular as a generic pattern. So click on next. Next, this is basically for the users. It's fine because we made it as a required, so it is used for all the users. So we can go to next. So we have the once you create an object, automatically it will create a layout, page layout. So for the user to view it. So for that, so already since it will be added, it is a required field, it must be added to the page layout. So we can click on save, but we have other fields. So what I do, I just click on save and new. So let's add the email. So I'll move a little bit faster now. So for the email, data type is email. So I'll just choose as the email part. Just click on next. So just make it as email. So if you want to have a description, it's fine. If you want to make it as a required, we can make it as a required field and just click on next. Next. And save and new. So we'll have the phone number. So we'll have a phone number. So we can use as a phone. There is one number. So basically we can go with the phone. Or if you want to use a number, we can use a type as number. So we can use as a phone number, as a phone. I just click on next. I include as college phone number if you want to include it. So I'll not make it as required. So it's not mandatory. If you want to make it as required, you can keep it. But I'll make it as optional for the users. So just click on next. So if you see it is optional, we can restrict the user to view it. So it's fine, I don't want to go with a security pattern. So security we can do it later also. Once this particular data model is created, we can make a security as a separate profile, we can restrict it in a different way. So by default, whatever is there is fine. So I'll include this page log because I want to use this. So if you don't want to use this particular page log, we can remove it. Just click on save and new. So next field is address. So address usually we can take it as a bit higher test. So test area long. So we can have the overall details for that part. Click on next. So I can make it as address. So visible line. So it's test area, right? So it will come. So this is a test area. So whatever you see, this is a test. Whatever you see here, right? This is a test area. So I can extend this. So but the visible line. So visible line is 3. So you want to extend more than that, we can keep it as 4, 5. It's fine. So basically this particular test area will not be counting it as a required field, but it should be an optional field itself. So next, and save and new. Website. So website is basically the URL. So even the URL data type we have it. So just click on the URL. Just click on next. Website, and if you want to make it required, you can make it. Website we can make it as a required. So every colleges right now, whenever you want to see the college website is very important. So that's it for the colleges. Just click save and new. So this was the first step. So we'll come with the validation later. So this is the first table for the college. So whenever you create an object, so we have a page layout. Page layout is for the user to view it. So like whatever the fields we created, right? So how the user can view it. So whenever it is created, it will come one below the another. So we'll just arrange in the order. So we don't write any code, it's just drag and drop. So there's a fields here. So I want to just arrange it. So what I do. So right now it's like one below another. So just align it. And test area, what I do, I create a new section for the test area. And so if you want to add the details, it's fine. So I'll make it as one column because it will be a full line, right? So I'll use a one column instead of two columns and click on this and just add it. So that I just drag them down so that it will come in a single line column. So remaining it will be the two columns. So just a save. I'll show the view. So just I created the template right now. So we'll show the view. So we want to create a new page layout. So we can create a new page layout based on the users, based on the record types. Basically, it's like the colleges is basically a private college or a government college, right? So we can create a record type, a record type, and we can create a separate layout or page layout for that. And for the user, so basically as a user, they want to choose a different page layout, we can create a multiple page layout for the e-page on the user type also. So this is first object. So let's have one more object. Let's do it a little bit faster. Known as course object. So same steps what we have done. So even this I make it as automated part. So course ID and automated part. So the course like this. Fine. So starting with one. So even this I'll allow all the reports and everything. And even for this I'll create a tab. So I'll use a simple tab. And if you want to have the description, you can add it. So right now skipping it. So default on next, same whatever done. So I don't include it for any of the custom application because we are going to build a custom application. So already the table is being created. So a custom object has been created. We'll add the field. So for this particular, I introduced only two fields: course name and the course information. That's it. So that is the test name. Let's click on next. So length, I'll make it as required field. Next, menu, and next comes the course information. So that I'll introduce as a test area long, or test area is fine. I don't want to make it as long. So course information, and yeah, so I want to make it as required. I don't want to make it as optional for us. So next, and set. So that's it for the course object. So we'll go to the page layout and we'll make some alignment. So it's not mandatory to do it, but for looking better, so I'll make a section here. So if you want, we can work as the information test area. Yeah. I'll not display anything. Just a simple section. I'll just choose top. So if you want to basically have a separate line, because we have only two things, right? But already a single column itself. You can save this. So once this is done, so we'll create a last object known as student object. This object will create it later. So based on the task concerns. So here we have a lot of fields. So the student object. So even this I'll make it as a unique ID, as an ID for us. So if you want to make it a simple format also is fine, but I'll use student. So we'll choose the selections and allow, and we'll create the tabs and the fields. So here basically I created a lot of fields just to go over with other data types. So I'll use dummy scenarios. Yeah, it's fine. You can choose any icon. And I'll not deactivate for all the custom apps. And the table for the student has been created. So we need a field. So here we have nearly 6 to 7 fields. Same scenarios, new field. So we have a test field. So we can choose as a test. The same scenario how we created for the college data, student's name, and we make it as a required field. So we have the email. So we choose as an email. So email, if you want to make it as required for the students, you can make it as a required. Next, and new. So mobile number. So I can choose as a phone. Don't make it as required for this particular students. We can make it as required field. Revenue. So these all things are same, but we have didn't choose the date field. So for the date of birth, so I'm using a date field here. So as a date field, and I close that date field. Yeah. So make it as a optional is fine, or else we can make it as a required right now because we are calculating one formula field. So save and new. That's address. Mostly we can skip it right now. And one more. So basically, as a student, right, I want to have the join with the college. So basically, as a join, basically we write a code join and we join it. But in Salesforce, we have the relationship. So basically, we have majorly 3 relationships. So one is the lookup relationship. We have master data relationship. We have self relationship, many to many relationship, one more, and hierarchy relationship. But majorly we use 2 things. One is lookup relationship and the master data relationship. Lookup relationship is like one to many. So it's like one to one or one to many. So right now one student, many colleges. So basically one student with multiple students can choose as colleges, single college, and particular student can go to a single college itself. So for that we use a lookup relationship. So it's like one to, basically it's like many to one. So many to as a single user, right? So it will be one to one users itself. So many to many relationship, I'll show you with a different example. So right now we want to use a lookup field, lookup relationship, and we need to choose that particular object. So we are choosing the college object. And next, so the relationship, I'll change this particular scenario, how we're going to. So what I'll do, so lookup relationship, if you want to make it required, we can make it required. So it is like partially restricted, but for the scenario like master relationship, it must be there in the page, particular page layout. So that is basically strongly coupled relationship. So we have next, so to lookups is done. Next comes the gender. So gender is basically a pick list value. So we need to choose it, right? So we have a pick list value. We can choose as a pick list. Next, gender. So we can enter. So we can take it as a global. There is a separate scenario. We can enter here. So it should be one below the another. So right now I'll use only 2 scenarios. If we want to use other, we can use it. It's fine. If we want to have a description, if we want to make it as required or optional, it's also fine. So at last I have added the formula field. So it's like calculation. So right now I want to automate something. So right now age. So we have the date of birth. I want to automatically the age should be populated when the date of birth is being added. So I use basically a simple formula. So we have the data type as formula. So you can choose as formula and click on next. So formula age. So the return type for the date should be a number, and we don't use any decimal because it will be like it is age cannot be defined by a decimal. It should be a numerical value. So just click on next. So already I have created a formula. So like we have advanced formula, simple formula. So advanced formula is like we can choose the fields here. Like we can choose the field. So which are the fields for that particular users, you can choose it and the operators. But in advanced formula, right, we can define the insert the fields here. So basically right now we are in the student, right? So I can define the college ID if you want to get it. So whatever field is, you can just drag and drop and we can use it. Then all the operators, additional, subtraction, or any operators, ternary operators or arithmetic operators, whatever operators you want to choose it, we can choose it. Even the functions like addition, like we want to use a case, data type. So whatever functions, everything is been present here. So for this example, this is a simple formula. So we are using a case here. So basically the student ID is already added here, date of birth. And whenever you're done, just check the syntax is working fine. So this is a syntax error. Oh yeah, because I copied from the Excel sheet. So let's run it now. Yeah, there is no syntax error. So everything is being compiled. So on this instance, if you want to have a description help desk, we can add that. So we can choose for 0 because it is a number. So it is a test return value. Then you can choose as a blank. So this particular automation, so whenever a specific date of birth is been added, so it should automatically calculate the age. So yeah, so that's it overall data model. So the page layout, so let's align the page layout for us, and we'll arrange a better way. So we have mobile number, date of birth, let's come college on the top, and gender, yeah, date of birth with age, that is the same pattern. Yeah, since I didn't use any test here at all, so it is fine. So this was a basic scenarios. So what we'll do, we'll create a, so right now it's like we create a data model. So basically a student and the college and basically the course. So let's have one, first let's create a custom application. So let's go to setup, just click on the setup. So once I click on setup, so you can just search here quick find known as app manager, and just click on it, app manager. So custom is application is nothing but whatever you see once you click on app launcher, right? You see this was applications. So right now we are going to create a basically college management system application. So you can see that a new lightning app. So we are going to create a new lightning app. So just click on new. So you can put as CMS, college management system. So description. So if you want to use a logo, we can load it, or by default it will use a basically the Salesforce logo. So right now I don't want to use specific logo. So if you want to change the color, right? So I will just change the color to a specific colors, and yeah. So this is how it looks like. So if you want to start this. Next. So app option by default whatever is there is that is fine. So we're not going to choose that. So even utility item. So basically if we want to use it, we can use it. So it's like a bottom bar. So what is like calls. So whatever you want to use it, right? So we can use it in the bottom utility bar we said. So next comes the items. So whatever you created. So right now we have created college object. So we have created a course object and the student object. So that particular application we say as an item. So basically available navigation items. So first we'll have the home icon. So whenever it is being redirected, we can choose the home icon. Just drag and drop it. So we can choose it, and we'll choose college. So whatever we created, that is will be displayed here. So college, course. So then at last, students. So once that is done, next. So next is very important, profile. So for which user? So right now we have system admin profile. So I'm choosing a system admin profile. So if we don't choose this, even I can't view it. So even we can restrict the admin. So if you don't want to choose for specific admin scenarios, even we can restrict it. Just click save and finish. So a custom application has been created. So you can see, go to the app launcher, just click on view all. And if you come down, the CMS app is being created. So just click on it, so you can see the overall path. So home page, college, student, and the course. So since I used a yellow icon, so it is being displayed in specific color. So this is how the data model looks like and the overall pattern. So like I'll go with a basic scenario. So like we created very basic, like 1% I can say it. So right now I want to add, basically I want to insert the value for the objects. So we can just come to the college. So I just click on new. So it will pop up the fields which I have created. So the same scenarios. So like I can use the college name. I'll choose Sayadri Engineering or Sayadri Mangalore College. Or Sayadri Engineering College, you can choose it. So right now I'm adding a dummy data. mobile number, the dummy mobile number, let's include. So I didn't make any restriction here. So we see it's a mandatory fields are mandatory. So remaining is like we can choose what has been done. So we want to use address, we can use address. So I'll use a dummy address right now and just click on save. So see within a second the record has been created. So you can see all the details. So even for edit is very simple here. You can just edit whatever, but the college ID we can't edit, the owner which has been created, we can't edit it. If you want to edit it inline, so we this say as inline edit, so if you want to go with the global edit, we can just click and we can edit it. So this is how the overall record. So we say this as a record page. So we can see any additional extra fields here. So basically tabs, if we want to remove it, we can remove it using the page layout. So we have a lot of concept to learn it, but the tab constraints, so I'll choose like what is being required and how the things looks in the better way. So we have option here, so view all and the recently viewed. So we want to make the changes to ping this specific scenario, we can ping it. And I want to show here other fields. So right now I can see only the college ID. I can't see any other specific scenario. So whenever the user comes here, I want to see other details too. So we can come here, edit fields. So we can choose just select fields to display. I can choose it. So what will choose? I not choose all the fields. I use email number, name, email and the website. So mobile number I not choose it. So we want to use like created date. So when it was being created, we can choose it. So you can see the overall in the list, all the specific scenario has been shown. And one more thing is that recently, so what have we done, right? So that is only for this particular list view. All we want to use for recently list view, it will not be displayed here. So for that, we can go to the object manager. So right now, so you can go to setup, object manager, search for the college. Or else, if you go to setup, right, we can see an edit object. So you can just click on edit object. And it will redirect to the specific object. So we see here, right, so we have a lot of other things. So we have here search layout. So just click on the search layout. So we can go to the default layout. So right now it will show only college ID. So we see here, so we see the result review, it will show only college ID. So I want to show what is the other IDs, what is been displayed for the list of. I just click on edit and I add the name, email and the website. And just the created date. Just click on save. And I come back and just try to refresh this. Want to go to this review. So you can see the fields has been created. Similarly, we can go to the course. Let's say I include one or two courses. So it's like, since it's just a simple CSC, so not mandatory field, I just use the CSC. If you want to use like computer science, you can give the information. And even here is like I can just go to the details tab and make this as pink. And I'll choose like course name and like created date. I click on save. Similarly, if you want to make the for the recently view, so with the same, you should go to the edit object and make it the changes. Similarly, for the students, we'll create all, we'll change this, new, so I'll choose my name, so I'll choose the college. So right now, this is a lookup. So here if you see, right, so we can see the college name. So whatever the college has been created, if you want to create a new college, so from here also I can create it. So I just click on that, it will pop up the college. So I'll choose the college and website link, gettingman.com, and address you can put as Bangalore and click on save. So we see the other record has been created. I can choose the mobile number, email ID and date of birth and the gender. So we see here, right, there is no field known as age. That was a formula field. So formula field we can't edit it. So that is auto generated. There is a one part of automation thing. So it's like I can't choose this specific date. I'll choose the exact date so that I can get the actual result. And click on save. The student's record has been created and you can see the age has been generated. So this we say as a requirement. So if we want to redesign this, we can redesign this also. So what is required, we can keep it, and if you want to remove it, we can remove it. If you want to add the images, anything you want to redesign as a website, scenarios page, we can do it here. So this was a very basic example of basically the college management system. So I don't want to go with the other details right now. So this is one of the basic scenarios. So how we create a data model and how we are basically how we are going to have the custom college management system application. So this was a simple, very simple. If I say it's like a 1% of the scenario. So 1% of the simple application. So after that, if you want to do any automation part, we can use flows, email generation, auto email generation, so everything. So this is part basically as an admin we work, and this is basically it's like drag and drop. It's like no code, low code. So very rare code we use it here, but I want to make our own application. So basically it's like I want to create a SOSC website page and I want to link these specific scenarios. So I can do it. So it's like I can use basically I can choose overall website how you design HTML CSS, right? Similarly I can design it here. So but for that we need to learn on Apex. As I said, there is a backend code and we have for the front end right now if I say the LWC part. So I'll show you how to start with that part. So that is the starting with learning. So right now we see that every technology what is being displayed, any platform, anything, there's a lot of free learnings. So it's like lot of scenarios you can get to it, we can spend time and we can start learning. So as a Salesforce, as I say, if you want to get a career path in Salesforce right now, so one thing is that daily you need to have at least 2 hours or minimum 1 hour and start learning. So how you can start? So right now I've shown you how to create the developer edition so that you can start working real time. So but I need somehow a real time scenarios also, right, to start with any of the scenarios. So Salesforce provide a free online learning platform. So that is basically a trial. So you can log in. So you can log in today itself. So if you already logged in, it's very good. So this is not that you learn it and you get some batches. So this is very important. So you want to get a job because this particular every link, right? Usually if you are a Salesforce, if you are learning as a Salesforce, right? A lot of companies they say if you are creative because if you want to learn, everyone will create a trial login and they'll say to share your link so that they'll understand how much you have learned and how much you have completed. So it's like each task is like a mini project. So whatever you see, right, each task is represented as a mini project. Right? So it is like live, it's not that only. So some are like optional, so we can choose it and we can complete it. But some are we need to log into the org and we need to do it, what is being explained. And there's a lot of real-time scenarios. It's not that a dummy data. It's like real-time scenarios and everything that is being described in this specific learnings. So how to start? So basically it's that you can't start randomly, right? So you need to start with specific scenarios. So you can choose if you are interested. So basically it's like if you are interested with the certification part, so you can choose a certification part and you can choose a super batch. So it's like starting the career with Salesforce with the simple scenarios. So I'll show both the scenarios. So one is system admin. So you can see a system administrator. So in this basic scenario, system admin. So first part is admin. So right now what I have done it, right? So 1% of the thing, as a system admin I have done it. So if I come down, so I'll just show the link. So basic scenarios. So just click on the administration. And you can prepare. So basically prepare your system admin certification. So if you are certified is very good because you get a huge job opportunity. But it's not that within a month you can learn and you can take a term question and answers and you can certify. That's not a good way. So you take a time. So at least 3 months to 6 months. Start learning and start. So if you are planning for system admin as your role, right? So it's like drag and drop. You're not interested in code, but you're good in analytic. So you're not interested in code, but you're good in analytic. You're good in logical thing, right? So then you can come to a system admin because it's not that it's like what I've created right now. So I've just, as I said, I created just 1%. So there's a lot of other things that it does. So automation part, so huge flows creations. For that we need a logical, we need analytical scenarios. So for that, if you're planning, if you're not interested in code, right, you can be a system admin and you can start learning this. So you can start with application. So very simple link. So basically it's like, I'll just go with a very basic example. So it's like platform. So I just click on lot of scenarios example. So basically it's like right now what I have shown you. So navigation setup and architecture is there. So that is basically the multi-thread architecture the Salesforce uses, and the power of app exchange. So app exchange is basically predefined. So right now we have Google Play, right? We go and we install the application. So similarly in the Salesforce we have like the application is being basically created by others. We can install it. Some are free, some are paid. So based on the scenario we can choose it. So it's like app exchange. Even we can create your own application, and we can create a basically package, and we can install it in the app exchange, and other users can use it. So basically as a college, so right now as a Shahid college, right? So you're planning to build any application, you can create overall part, and you can create a package, and we can just explaining on the certification and what you need to start with. So one thing is that if you want to be an admin, right? So it's like admin is not that which I shown you right now. So it's like a 1%. But it's like if you're good in analytic, and if you're good in logical, and if you're not good in coding, so if you're not interested in coding, you can go with the admin, and you can be a good basically a flow. There's a flow automation that is the best right now. So if you know the flows, right, it's the same thing what developer does. So right now it's like Salesforce is no code, low code. So which we used to write a code in Apex for the automation part, right? So everything is being converted to the flows. So that is very interesting. So for that we need a logical, analytical students and basically the graduates to do it. So that is as an admin you can achieve it. But as a developer, right? So you can start learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Java. So if you know the basic, you can come here and start learning on Apex and basically the LWC part. So LWC is basically very essential right now. So this was about the overall thing. So there's a lot of things which we can discuss, and we can learn on this. So we can share this link, and you can achieve it at the overall part. So that was about the trial. So you need to log in, you need to sign up. So you can be a community user also. So once you use the trial, right? So you can be a community user in which you'll link to a lot of people. It's not that within India, it's like around the world, and you can be a best member of it, and you can achieve a lot of gifts from the trial, basically from the Salesforce. Next is very important is the career path. So in the Salesforce, right, very important is career. Why? Because you should know like what exactly is happening right now in real time. So you have done everything. So if there is no jobs, what is the issue? So in Salesforce right now, if I say it's like 3.9 million jobs, like by 2026 we have presently. So there's a lot of job openings in Salesforce. So if you're certified, 100, like at least 80%, if you're skilled, right, 80% you will get a jobs in very high packages. If you're like, because Salesforce is one thing, the like lot of clients, so US, UK, Egypt, like right now even Dubai, so even Middle East, they have started using Salesforce. So you can be a part of it, and you can start learning the basics. So as I said, start at least take a time of like an hour, daily hour, or maximum 2 hours, and start with the basic scenarios. It's not that you should go with the high complex thing. So just start with the basic scenarios, and within 3 months you will be really an expert, or within 6 months you can get a patch, a super patch, and even if you are good on the platform of it, you can even get a certification. So before graduate. So that is one of the useful for your resume part and the overall thing. So that's it. So it's like a lot of, there's like a huge concept. So don't get confused. Just think Salesforce as a very basic scenario, and you can learn a lot of things here. So that's it. So as I said, so myself is Mohammed Shahid. So I'm trainer, mentor, friend. So I do a lot of training part too as a development thing. So I work right now presently working in Novigo Solutions as a team lead. So as a part of, I do like analytics, data analytics part right now as a part of my overall career, and I handle the team. So that is about me. So if you want to follow up, so you can follow up in the LinkedIn, or you can ask SOSC committee people, like president. So he's directly contacting me. So you can ask if you have any questions or any related things. So if you want to start, if you want to get still more guidance on the Salesforce thing, so kindly let me know, that I'll show you the right path in the right way with a predefined scenarios. So that's it for today. So thank you. and always smile and be happy. So thanks everyone for connecting for a long hour. So that's it. So if you have any questions, you can put in the group and we can discuss on that one.